All right, 23MM 289 AW, trespass in structure or conveyance. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay your bond.
There's an
All right,
offer of an adjudication credit time served and no return to 2550 North Hiawassee Road, and she would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
all right. Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days. Your costs, I'll give you a year, and there'll be a no return to 2550 North Hiawassee Road. 30 days to appeal. Good luck.
Pay online. So that way that will-
Your name, ma'am?
Armstrong.
23MO 623 AO, open container. Stay the bond. Point the PD.
You said 26 AL, Your Honor?
623 AO.
There's an offer to resolve, sorry, you sign here. There's an offer to resolve of an adjudication credit time served. Right here. And she would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days of credit for 2 days, your cost and filing fee, I'll give you a year to pay, 30 days to appeal. Good luck.
No, it's done.
Your name, sir?
Kyle Conley.
What is it?
Kyle Conley.
All right, 23 CF 5886 AO, second degree murder with a firearm. By arrest warrant, according to this, your bond is set at no bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State any input with regards to release.
Your Honor, this is a life felony. He's not entitled to a bond. State would ask he be held no bond.
All right, any input from the defense?
We'll have Arthur here, Your Honor.
All right, we'll state at no bond, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons.
I don't have the second degree. I just have the one that happened for this one.
Your name, ma'am?
Imani Davis.
23 CF 5855 AO, you're here on a grand theft third degree greater than 750, less than 5,000. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I could hire a private attorney if
All
that's okay.
All right, your bond's set at $500, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Your name, ma'am?
Jennifer Hart.
All right, you're out on bond on a criminal mischief greater than 200, less than 1,000, battery DV 22MM 3295 AO. You're here today in 23 CF 834 AO, possession of MDMA ecstasy. By arrest warrant, according to this, your bond is set at $1,000 with conditions, no drugs without a valid prescription. I'll appoint the public defender, I'll stay your bond, and I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond.
You pled to that? Okay, okay, he took no action anyway, but it's probably not showing yet. I saw it.
Your name, sir?
Joshua Oliver.
23 CF 5425 AO, one count of lewd or lascivious molestation with a victim under the age of 12. One count of lewd or lascivious behavior exhibition of an 18-year-old with a victim less than 16 years old. Sir, according to your financial affidavit, you do not qualify for the services of the public defender. The public defender is for individuals who are indigent, okay? So I can't appoint a lawyer to represent you. According to this warrant, your bond's set at $100,000 on count one, $250 on count two, with conditions, no contact with the alleged victim or her family, and no unsupervised contact with minors. And I'll reduce count one to $50,000 for you, stay count two, okay?
Your Honor, count one is actually a PBL. It's actually a life felony.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, he's not entitled to a bond.
Oh,
So
what do you want?
Leave it as is.
what?
We can just leave it as is, Your Honor.
I mean, I'll do what you want, what do you want?
Oh, if you do what I want. He's
do you
not
want?
entitled to a bond, so I would ask that he be held no bond.
Okay.
May I speak?
Yes. Well, let me say this. Understand that as a defendant, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Right. He does not qualify for a PD. Right. Yeah.
Your Honor, all I'm saying is that, I mean, I cut concrete. I have a good job. I just need, next time I was working, it was Sunday night. I would like a lower bond because I don't have family to being able to
So here's the deal, you're actually not entitled to a bond, which means you might have to sit in here without a bond. All right, and the state's asking me to do that,
This is crazy, man.
all right? So, I'm inclined to grant their request and then find a lawyer, and a lawyer can get a hearing in front of the judge that's actually assigned to the case. And then they can see, what they can do for a bond.
But then that's not making, I can't get a public defender because you said I make too much.
Right.
Now that I'm being here for this whole time, I'm not gonna have a job, so therefore I'm making nothing.
So, it depends. I mean, you could walk out of here and hire a lawyer, and a lawyer could have a hearing for you on Monday.
How can I walk out here with no bond?
Well, you're not walking out of here with a bond, you can use a phone and call and hire a lawyer. People hire lawyers all the time from inside the jail.
How, with no money coming in to make it? It's not making sense to me. If I'm not making any money to give to a lawyer
Uh-huh.
to represent me, then therefore I can't.
Your Honor, given that he's gonna lose his job since he's being held on no bond,
Well, I don't know if he is. I explained to him that he could call and hire a lawyer today. Today's
Okay.
Friday. And that lawyer could have a hearing and get you a bond on Monday. I don't know how long you're gonna be in here. If you want, I'll set a status hearing in 2 weeks and you can come back in 2 weeks. If you're still sitting in here and you've lost your job and you don't have a lawyer, then maybe you'll qualify for the public defender. Thank you. No bond. All right, ma'am, your name?
Miranda Watkins.
All right, 23 CF 4050 AO, sale and delivery of cocaine via restaurant. According to this, your bond is set at $2,500. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And,
Can I get RR? Can you please?
I'll stay your bond.
I didn't know it was right.
Yeah, let's set him for a status on,
Can you ask?
yeah, that's fine.
Your Honor, she would like an ROR in this case.
Please.
All right.
I don't have history.
So it's a sale and delivery of cocaine. What's her history?
I don't have it on my sheet. Mine's is blank, so.
She has, her last failure to, she has 6 failure to appears. The last one was back in 2019. Her last conviction was back in December of 2019 for possession of
All right,
heroin.
I'm not inclined to ROR. I'll stay at 2,500.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your name, sir? Your name?
Name?
Gregory Boyd.
What happened to Latranya Allen?
Allen is currently on mental health status.
All right, 23 MM 3085 AO, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive.
All right, I'll stay count 1, reduce count 2 to 100, no return to the scene. All right, and then your name again, sir?
Gregory Boyd.
All right, 23 MM 2890, you're out on bond on the petty theft. You're here today in 23 MM 3075, petty theft, resisting officer without violence. And you're also here on 23 MM 2890. That's the case, you're out on bond. Looks like the bail bondsman came off of that. So your bond on that is set at 500, and it's set at 500 on the count 1 of the new case and 100 on count 2 of the new case. No contact with Shender Roy B. Charles. Appoint the public defender on both your cases. Yeah.
The out on bond.
You,
Right here.
I apologize. With regard to the new law, Your Honor, can I ask
I know,
you
but I
no
went 500
return?
on that and 100 on the other one.
Yeah, you can bond on it.
I'm sorry?
No return and the new law, Your Honor?
That's fine.
Judge, you take no action on a case out on bond.
Just for today.
It looks like the bail bondsman came off of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got 100.
That's the defense. So that's that one.
No contact with the co-defendant and no return. We got it sorted out.
Okay.
So he was out on bond, but the bail bondsman looks
I'll
like
let the
came off
attorney
of
know
that,
too.
so he just got a $500 bond on that one.
Donna Hamilton Jermaine is on behavior status.
All right, out on bond or ROR possession of cocaine here today, trespass 23 MM 3057. Appoint the public defender. He did fill out a PD form.
Roll, Your Honor.
All right, well,
Johnson Keenan, also on behavior status, Your Honor.
23 MM 3058 AO, temporarily appoint.
Waive.
All right, review the affidavit, found probable cause, and I'll stay it at 500, no contact with the alleged victim. All right, your name? 23MM 3071 AO larceny. Review the affidavit, found probable cause. Also 23MM 3070, so 3070 and 3071. Review that affidavit, found probable cause. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney? Hamilton was behavior.
Defender.
Public defender, do you have a job?
No, sir.
Do you have any sources of income? No? All right. Appoint the office of the public defender and I'll stay your bonds.
No return?
No return to the scene.
Target.
I stayed them and no return on both. Thank you.
Your Honor, I had PCS to this case as well.
Which one? Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
What's your name, ma'am?
Haley Ruder McDonald.
23MM 3072 AO resisting. What do you want to tell me? Appoint the public defender.
It appears that these are, she's already been charged with the resisting in 2023 MM 3072. They charged her again in 2023 MM 2913 AO. They're both the exact same incident, same date, same time, same facts. So I would ask that you, the add-on that you ROR, as she's already been charged with that.
State.
I'm looking at it now, Your Honor.
All right.
Felony? Okay.
It does appear to be the same, Your Honor.
All right, we'll go ROR, no PC. All right, your name, ma'am?
Nyanka Camille.
23MM 1806 AO, violation of pretrial release conditions on a domestic violence case. Is this something that I signed the other day?
Yeah, let me see what the notes.
I
Yeah,
may have signed this in my office yesterday
Yes.
after work.
but the case was no info on, May 2nd, so they want to know if you can ROR her due
that's
to
what
the
they're
case being closed, Your Honor.
ROR on this one?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and ROR.
Collins Dorothy, Your Honor.
Yep.
Refuse her appearance.
22MM 3067 AO, failure to appear or trespass. All right, failed to appear for competency 417, appoint the public defender.
What was the reason? I'm sorry.
Refusal. All right, your name, sir?
Dante Linares.
23MO 624 AO, disorderly conduct, review the affidavit. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I represent myself.
All right, I'll stay your bond at 250. Is there an offer?
Huh?
I'm seeing if there's an offer to resolve your case.
There was an offer, Your Honor. Actually, we were gonna ask for an ROR because he has no history.
What's
I'm
the
sorry,
offer?
isn't he representing
Yeah,
himself?
he doesn't
I
have
know,
to be.
I know.
What's the offer?
The offer was a withholding at credit time served. If he would like an ROR, Your Honor, I have no objection.
All right, do you want to resolve your case today or you want me to RR and give you a date to come back?
No, releasing the whole name, remember we talked about?
We'll ROR
I'll
him.
take a RR. Releasing my own name.
Got it.
Yeah. All right, so I can go home now?
Yes, they'll give you a court date.
Oh, thank you, man.
That way, sir.
That's all right.
You too.
Bye. Your name, sir?
Thomas Nelson.
23MO 625 AO, open container, state misdemeanors.
And there is an offer to resolve with an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and court costs. I'd
All right, appoint the public defender.
like to accept and enter plea of no contest.
Is this 264?
I have 625.
Oh,
I have
Thank you.
265 as well. Thank you.
Jamie is, Steve Jewett's Jamie. Oh, it's, I know who it is. It's, what is it? Debbie. All right, are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days of credit for 2 days. Your costs and a filing fee, I'll give you a year to pay, 30 days to appeal. Good luck. Your name, sir?
I see the pen.
22 CT 1450 AE, failure to appear operating a motor vehicle.
And there's,
Oh, go on.
there's an offer of an adjudication, credit time served, and he would like to accept and enter
Right.
plea of no contest.
He's on probation.
This occurred prior to him being placed on probation, Your Honor.
Okay. You pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest?
Accept your no contest plea. How many days? We don't know. Adjudicate you guilty and costs, I'll give you a year to pay. Francois, clean out.
To pay?
Please, please. Ooh, felony stick. Your name, ma'am?
Nikita Adams.
All right. 23
have
CF 5877.
Sorry, PC as well, Your Honor.
Okay. Carjacking with a deadly weapon, I'll appoint the, appoint the public defender. What do you want to tell me?
Based on this affidavit, Your Honor, my client, it does not state that my client did anything other than being in the vehicle at the time the incident occurred. There's no facts to indicate that she participated in any way, so I would argue there's no probable cause.
State?
Your Honor, I agree with defense. I just can't figure out if I need 24 hours to get something else or if there's just no PC. Can I get the 24 hours, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Not today. I just argue there's no probable cause.
All right, we'll roll it to tomorrow morning at 11.
If they can't find anything, we have to get released. Okay.
Your name, sir? Your name?
James Anderson.
23 CF 5862 AO, carrying a concealed firearm, resisting officer without violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, and I'll stay your bond on count 1, count 2, I'll reduce to 100.
Who's this, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Anderson? All right, ma'am, your name?
Kayla Bronson.
23 CF 5847 AO, fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, failure to obey. And you're also here in 23 MM 109 AE, resisting officer. Review those affidavits, found probable cause, point the public defender, state any input with regards to release on count 1.
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
We'd ask for pretrial release, Your Honor.
All right, I will give you pretrial release on both cases.
Any conditions, Judge? No.
Don't run from the police.
John, he's currently on mental health status.
All right, ROR, 23 CF 3217 AO, possession of MDMA ecstasy. What is it? Is that another one? Also out on bond in 23 MO 339 AO. Here today in 23 CF 5884 AO, possession of MDMA ecstasy. I'll appoint the public defender. I'll set his bond at 1,000 on the new case, and I'll take no action on the case that he's out on ROR and bond.
Thank you.
What was the reason?
MH. Your name, sir?
Jason Cooper.
23 CF 5879 AO, possession of cocaine. Review the affidavit, found probable cause. Appoint the public defender. You're also here in 21 CT, and I'll stay your bond at 1,000. You're also here in 21 CT 6537 on a failure to appear on a driving while license suspended. According to that, your bond is set at no bond, and I'll appoint the public defender on that case if you don't already have the public defender. Thank you. Your name, ma'am?
That's it.
All right, out on bond on a grand theft of a motor vehicle, 23 CF 1486 AO. Here today in 23 CF 5815 AO, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, possession of MDMA ecstasy. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. I'll set, bond on the grand theft, third degree at 5,000 and the MDMA at 150, and no action on the out on bond. Your name, ma'am?
Anaya Gaskin.
What happened to Reginald Footman?
We don't have that, Judge.
We don't have them on our.
230-11509,
Bonded.
bonded. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Anaya Gaskin.
22 CF 1231 AO, failure to appear on a possession of methamphetamine. According to this, your bond is set at $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
John Glasper, Hall, I refuse his appearance.
Glasper refused. 23 CF 5853 AO, possession of methamphetamine, temporarily appoint, waiver roll.
Waive.
All right, we'll stay the bond.
Rena Arnold, Ricardo refused.
All right, 23 CF 5818 AO, temporarily appoint, waiver roll.
Waive.
All right. State, haven't found, PC, state, any input with regards to release on count 4? There's a lot of aliases for this gentleman.
No input, Your Honor. He is entitled to a bond.
Any input from the defense?
It's a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
All right, count 1, I'll set at $100 or $150, count 2, $150, count 3, $150, count 4, $7,500, count 5, $150, count 6, $150. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Sorry, did I say that too slow? Your name, sir?
Emmanuel Jackson Henry.
23 CF 3364 AO, possession of methamphetamine, MDMA ecstasy, you're out on bond on that. 23 CF 3351 AO, possession of MDMA ecstasy. 23 CF 5848 AO, possession of MDMA ecstasy, possession of drug paraphernalia. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
What can I say? May I please have a put trial release?
Well, first I want to know what you want to do about a lawyer, and then we can figure out if I'm going to talk to you or talk to your lawyer. Did you want to represent yourself today, hire a private attorney, or see if you qualify for the public defender?
I would say like I would love to represent myself.
All right. I'm not inclined to give you pretrial release since you're out on bond on 2 cases for the same offense. So I'm gonna set your bond at 5,000 on count 1. I'll reduce count 2 to 100. And no action on the out on bonds. Your name, sir?
Reggie Howell.
All right, 23 CF 5878 AO, carjacking with a deadly weapon. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. Any input from the state?
This is a first-degree felony punishable by life. State would ask defendant be held no bond.
Any input from the defense?
We'll have Arthur here, Your Honor.
All right, I'll state it, no bond, no contact with the alleged victim or co-defendant. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons.
He has reporting requirements, Your Honor.
All right, you also have reporting requirements, so I'll give you 48 hours from your release to report your address. Your name, sir?
Julius Hurd.
23 CF 5713 AO, trafficking in fentanyl greater than 4 grams. Knowingly possessing manufactured drugs, sale and delivery of fentanyl, unlawful use of two-way communication device via arrest warrant. According to this, count 1 is set at 100,000, count 2, 250, count 3, 250, count 4, 250, and I'll stay your bonds and appoint the public defender.
Your Honor, my client can't afford $100,000. Would you be willing to decrease to $50,000?
I feel like the bond schedule has that higher than 100, doesn't it? So he's already getting a discount, I think.
Is it $250? I don't know what it is for fentanyl.
How much, do you know, how much was found, Your Honor?
I don't recall.
I think it was like 20,
Oh, no. it's
one.
right then.
It was 21.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay, thank you.
Your name, ma'am? What is it? All right, out on bond, ag assault with a deadly weapon, criminal mischief of 1,000 or more, 22 CF 12106. Today, 23 CF 5895 AO, aggravated manslaughter of a child, followed by 6 counts of neglect of a child, followed by 1 count of culpable negligence via arrest warrant. According to this warrant, your bond is set at no bond on each count. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State any input with regards to release.
With regard to the new law, Your Honor, the first one is a first-degree felony, but she is entitled to a bond, so set bond on all of those. With regard to the out on bond, formal charges have been filed. She has pretrial set for June 14th. The judge is Judge Harris, and I would ask that you revoke that bond and hold her at no bond.
All right, any input from the state, the defense?
Your Honor, I ask that you set bonds on the new law, and if you don't have permission from Judge Harris, take no action on the out on bond.
All right, I'll set your bond on count 1 at $100,000, count 2, 150, count 3, 150, count 4, 150, count 5, 150, count 6, 150, count 7, 150. No contact, no return, or no contact with any children under the age of 18 without supervision. No return to the scene. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. And on the case that you're out on bond, at this point, I'll take no action on that case, but I'll notify Judge Harris about it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your name, sir?
For Lawson.
You're here, 23 CF 5898 AO, armed, robbery armed with a deadly weapon. You're also here in, I think I got this right. 23 FW 133A, a fugitive from justice warrant out of Ohio. According to that, point the public defender, with regards to that warrant out of Ohio, your bond is set at no bond on that case. The fugitive warrant, I don't know what you call them, team, will come talk to you about that. State any input with regards to robbery armed with a deadly weapon.
Your Honor, I don't know if it will make a difference with regard to the bond. When I reviewed the affidavit, I didn't see the deadly weapon. It's still an F2 as a robbery. Barring that, I have no objection to bond or in any other input.
All right.
So, Your Honor, I just ask that you find PC for the robbery and set a bond.
All right, robbery with a fire, or the robbery, I'll set the bond at $10,000. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, no return, and no contact with the alleged victim. Your name, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your
Oh.
Honor. Lee, Harry Lee, bonded.
All right,
McNeil, Anitra, bonded.
how about Lauren Mullen, miss?
Molimus, right here.
Your name?
Lauren Molimus.
All right, grand theft of a motor vehicle, 16 counts. ROR. Carrying a concealed weapon, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, no motorcycle endorsement, possession of meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting, 23 CF 1064 AO, ROR on that one. Here today, 23 CF 5840 AO, grand theft, 3rd degree of a motor vehicle. You're also here in 23 CT 2972 AO and 23 CT 2973 AO, duelist and no motorcycle license. And 23 CF 5902 AO, no motorcycle license, fleeing and elude, operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. And 23 CF 5851 AO, aggravated battery on an officer or firefighter. Point the public defender on all those cases. State any input with regards to release on the fleeing and eluding.
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the defense?
Just a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
All right, on case number 5840, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, I'll set your bond at 15,000 on that one. With regards to the 2972, I'll set your bond at 2,500 on count one and $100 on count two. And in 5902, I'll set count one at $100, count two at 15,000, count three at $100. And I'll take, and then the aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, I'll set that at $5,000, no contact with the alleged victim, and I'll take no action on the add-on bonds.
I apologize, Your Honor, and I don't know the case number. The second fleeing and attempting to elude that also had the no motorcycle
Endorsement?
license. Yeah, and the dwellers, what was the bond on the first?
Sorry.
Go on.
Your Honor, would you be willing to lower the $15,000 bonds?
No.
He said no.
Which,
So it's the one that's got three counts, the fleeing and attempting to elude and the dwellers and the no motorcycle endorsement.
100 on the misdemeanors and 15,000 on the, fleeing.
Thank you.
Is that what I put? Yeah. All right.
Moore, George refused.
All right, ROR, assault aggravated with intent to commit a felony. That's 23 CF 2915 AO, 23 CF 29993 AO, intimidation, threat to do bodily harm, possession of ammo by a convicted felon, simple assault. And then 23 CF 5863 AO, I'm gonna roll him to tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, your name, ma'am? 23 CF 5852 AO, battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting officer without violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay count one and reduce count two to $100. No contact with the alleged victim.
This is she.
Oh, she does, yeah.
Pretrial release.
You want that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll give you a PTR with the same condition.
What was the condition, Judge? I'm sorry.
No contact with the alleged victim. Your name, ma'am? And your last name? 2023 CF 5854 AO, carrying a concealed firearm, possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia. Review that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender.
And Your Honor, she qualifies for pretrial
I
release.
only have one question about Miss, I believe the code, if I'm not mistaken, was Niles. And she just came from Georgia. Let me see. My notes state that she's living in a home with the co-defendant, which I think is Niles, if I'm not mistaken. They're both then it says that, as they are transient, defendant states that she moved to Florida and will not be returning to Georgia. And she's been here for about 2 weeks, so I'm kind of unsure about the address part, because she just moved from Georgia.
You know your address here?
I'm homeless. I'm staying in a hotel right now.
Qualify?
Yes, okay. So you don't have you won't have a mailing address? No. So you reach your court dates, that's the concerning part. Okay, so we'll do PTR, because I'll work on that, and I'll just explain to her that you're gonna have to get an address.
Okay.
You don't want to miss the court, be a,
All right, and if she doesn't qualify, we'll bring her back.
we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Any conditions, Your Honor, or
Conditions,
no?
Judge?
No contact with the co-defendant and, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons.
You're welcome.
Or drugs.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Donna
Good luck.
Patrick Marvin, he's currently on mental health status.
23 CF 5869, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, state count one, count two, 100, count three, 100.
Rivera, Dwayne, mental health status.
23 CF 5904 AO, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your
All
Honor.
right, found PC, and I'll stay the bonds.
He
Oh,
qualifies.
yeah, it does.
I would ask for pretrial release, Your Honor.
All right,
Any conditions, Judge?
don't do drugs. How about Roland? Is that you?
Yes.
All right. 22 CF 9892 AO, failure to appear on a resisting officer with violence. According to this, your bond is set at no bond.
Is that the one?
Do you have a lawyer on this case?
No.
There's a public defender.
Okay. Correct.
Christian Rosa, he refused his appearance.
23 CF 5861AO, temporarily appoint waiver rule.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, I'll stay count 1 and reduce count 2 to 500, having found probable cause. Your name, sir?
Daniel Scott.
22 CF 7909AO, failure to appear on a petty theft. According to this, failed to appear for pretrial conference or trial management conference on 10/6/22. Your bond is set at no bond. I'll appoint the public defender. Looks like you got some holds out of Seminole, Indian River.
Yes.
All right. All right, your name, sir?
Scott.
23 CF 5906AO, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammo by a convicted felon via arrest warrant. According to this, your bond is set at no bond to be set at initial appearance, no weapons. State any input?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set your bond at $5,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Your name, ma'am?
Andre Sharper.
23 CF 5827AO, aggravated assault, resisting officer without violence. And you're also here in 23 CF 5828AO, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting officer without violence.
And is that
Review those affidavits, found probable cause, point the public defender.
Your Honor?
On,
I would act,
go for
it's
it.
the same,
I think it's 2 different people if I remember.
but so I'd ask that you ROR as to one of the resistings without, state can only move forward on one resisting when they're all stemming from the same incident, regardless of how many officers are involved.
State.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, on 5827, we'll stay count 1 at 1,500 to count 2 at 100. And on 5828, we'll stay count 1 at 5,000 and ROR count 2. No contact with the alleged victims. Your name, sir?
Brayton Simmons.
23 CF 35830, possession of a controlled substance. According to this warrant, your bond set at $1,000. I'll appoint the office of the public defender and stay your bond.
He qualifies for pretrial, Your Honor.
If he wants that, you can have it.
Yes, he would like pretrial.
Any conditions, Judge?
Don't do drugs. All right, your name, ma'am?
Smith.
23 CF 5816AO, possession of cocaine, trespass in a conveyance. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, and I'll stay your bond on count 1 and count 2. I'll set at $100. Your name, sir?
Gerard Smith.
All right, your ROR on a possession of cocaine, controlled substance, and fentanyl, 22 CF 1395AO. You're here today in 23 CF 2757AO, fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with licensed sirens. Driving while license suspended as a habitual traffic offender via arrest warrant. According to this, your bond is set at no bond on count 1, 2,500 on count 2. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State any input with regards to release on the fleeing and eluding.
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
It's a reasonable bond.
All right, I'll set count 1 at 5,000, reduce count 2 to 150. And no action on the ROR. Your name, sir?
Johnny Curtis Smith, sir.
What is it?
Johnny Curtis Smith.
All right, 21 CF 12564AO, failure to appear on a grand theft 3rd degree of a motor vehicle. According to this, you failed to appear for a status hearing on April 22nd. Your bond is set at $4,000 on that case. Do you have the public defender or lawyer?
No, sir.
PD's already been appointed? Yep, you already have the PD.
Your Honor, Lamel Smith is not here due to medical reasons.
I have, is that Nahama
Oh, who you on? Nehemiah bonded.
bonded? Next one I have is David Strayer.
Medical.
All right, 23 CF 5873AO, attempted carjacking, resisting officer without violence, temporarily appoint waiver role.
Waive.
Stay as bond on count 1, count 2, set at $100. No contact with the alleged victim. All right, your name, sir?
Corey Sitch.
All right, 23 CF 5839 AO, fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. Any input from the state,
No, Your Honor.
defense?
He would like pretrial release, Your Honor.
All right, we'll give him a pretrial release.
Any conditions, Judge?
Don't run from the police.
Just wait. You gotta go this way.
Your name, sir?
Sylvester?
All right, you're in pretrial release on a battery by strangulation, battery DV, petty theft, criminal mischief greater than 200, less than 1,000. 23 CF 3105 AO, you're out on bond on a fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, possession of cannabis, possession of cocaine, resisting officer, 23 CF 3106 AO. You're here today in 23 CF 5860 AO, possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver. Review that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender on your new case. Count one, I'll reduce to $150. Count two, I'll set at $7,500. And I'll take no action on the two cases that you're out on.
Taylor. Defense will waive.
All right. 23 CF 5872 AO, possession of cocaine. We'll set at 1,000, haven't found PC. And 22 CF 1966 AO, failure to appear, the bond set on, at no bond on that case. Your name?
Ashley Thomas.
22 CF 4582 AO, two failure to appear on a grand theft, third degree, resisting officer without violence. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. Does she have the PD? PD's previously been appointed to represent you. Your name, sir?
Grant Thomas, sir.
22 CF 6612 AO, two failure to appear, possession of paraphernalia and possession of dimethyl something or other.
Drug.
What is it? Your bond on this is set at no bond, with instructions not to be modified by Judge McGinnis. All right. Your name, sir?
Kareem Choler.
2021 CF 11905 AO, possession of a controlled substance. According to this, you failed to appear. Let's see, per order filed on February 20th by Judge Navarro, do not re-arrest Eddie Peter Wallace. Well, this isn't Eddie Peter Wallace.
This is Kareem Toller.
I'm Kareem Choler.
Yeah, I don't know, that's what it says on his thing. Doesn't say I can't arrest him, all right, no bond. Appoint the public defender. Do you have another case? Your other case is, do you know who that is, that other person?
Yes, that's my uncle, sir.
It's your uncle? So they keep arresting your uncle thinking it's you?
Yes, sir.
All right, 23, we won't arrest him. 23 CF 5864 AO, possession of MDMA ecstasy, stayed at 1,000, having found probable cause.
All right, but do you have a 21 CF 11905?
Is that a failure to appear?
That's the no bond.
That's the no bond.
Oh, because it's a failure to appear, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But for whatever,
It's weird.
what is it?
It's a failure to.
I think it
Failure
is.
to appear, right?
I
No?
don't have it as a failure.
Hold on. That's why I thought it was
See,
weird.
That's a,
Let me see. I know, but
that's a failure.
Not about the facts.
I don't have it as a failure to appear.
You do?
It's just a warrant with a zero
I
bond.
think you deserve
It
it.
doesn't say failure to appear.
Yeah, I think you get a bond. I'm just trying to make sure. KP says shoot. Yeah. Wrong person. Reissue KPS warrant.
did he fail to appear for arraignment on 2/7?
I'm a little
It
confused.
Looks like he missed, what are the court minutes say on February 7th?
They did. Information.
Well, it says capious to remain. Okay, it's still out there. We got the right guy, though. All right. No bond on that one, 1,000 on the other one.
Thank you. Yes.
Your name, ma'am?
Destiny Villanueva?
23 CF 5857 AO, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle and possession of cocaine. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, and,
She qualifies for pretrial release, Your
all
Honor.
right.
She would like pretrial release.
All right, we'll go ahead and, give her PTR.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
Don't steal any cars and no contact with, Lawrence Olivier.
Yes.
Stop.
You know that's his name though, right?
What?
Okay. That's how he said it.
The last person got PTR
I'm done. That's it.
and no contact with Lawrence Olivier.
Drink your water and get out of here.
Is that a co-defendant, Judge?
Co-defendant.
A co-defendant?
That's, I looked up when he said that, I went,
So the other,
Thank you. Oh, my God.
Is it Alch?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So, Mr. Alch, you've been charged with battery, touch, or strike, and the court finds, and reviewing the affidavit, finds probable cause. Are you, defense, are you asking to be appointed as public defender?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And there was no bond amount, so was this just because it was to be determined at IA?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So the court would be inclined to set a $500 bond state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would just be requesting a no contact with the victim be ordered.
Any objections, defense?
No objections, Your Honor. Defense will be requesting a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings he may have at the property.
Sounds good to me, so ordered. Madam Clerk, do you need anything else from me?
So you found PC, you pointed PD, $500 bond, no contact, may return one time.
Yeah.
It maintains that in the.
Oh, were they living together? Do we need to maintain separate residences?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
They were living together, and he qualifies for bond with PTR.
Oh, I'm,
Pre-trial, I mean, I still do bond plus PTR, but if you don't want to do PTR, you could just do straight bond. Or you can't do just straight PTR.
okay, I'll do both. Well, although interestingly, I'm looking at my sheet and I'm not seeing that Madam PTRO, where on his initial appearance information sheet would that be listed so you don't have to jump in? Oh, wait, right there where it says qualifies for. Thank you, sorry about that. I'm not going to make any promises that I'm not going to ask you that question again, but yes, bond and PTR.
Okay.
Anything else you need from me, Madam Clerk?
You go back one time, did you?
One back, one time, no contact, maintain separate residences.
If I can firearm, we don't have to worry about that part.
Defense, or rather state, is firearms an issue?
I mean, you don't have to say it.
No. So, no, I will say no firearms, or
It would just ask for no weapons and firearms.
no weapons and say no guns, knives, and weapons.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Learned that from Judge McGinnis. Thank you, Madam Clerk. It's even in my little cheat sheet. Anything else? State?
No, Your Honor, that's
Anything else, defense?
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
Anything else, Madam Clerk? I promise I won't ask you all that for each case. We're just getting our sea legs. All right, thank you. Mr. Ouch. You want those?
Yeah, you just.
Okay. All right. Ramieles Alegre.
Your Honor, defense will be requesting a reset for tomorrow. There's been some behavioral issues at the jail.
Sounds good to me. See you tomorrow. Looking for Bienvenida Algomas. Mr. Algomas, You have been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill. I find probable cause after having reviewed the affidavit. I'm appointing the public defender. Mr. Public Defender, I'll just make that as part of my colloquy. If that's wrong, i.e. they don't qualify or they have private attorney, please stop me, but I'll just roll with that until I'm told otherwise. How's that sound?
That sounds good. No objection from defense, Your Honor. And we don't know right now if they qualify. I just completed the apps this morning. They haven't been sent to the clerk, so any rejection would come from the clerk directly.
Okay, so for purposes of today, though, we'll at the very least consider you a friend of the defendant. How's that sound?
Perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do note that this was committed with that this is a punishable by life. So therefore, I think it's my understanding that there be no bond. State?
That's the state's request at this time, Your Honor.
Defense?
Defense would be arguing, Your Honor, this is actually an F3 ag assault with a deadly without the intent to kill, as shown by the arrest affidavit itself. It was a flashing of a firearm.
State?
State agrees. I see that now. Thank you, defense, for bringing that up. State would just be asking that a reasonable bond be set with the conditions listed in the warrant for no contact, no return, and no weapons or firearms.
Very well. The court will then issue a $2,000 or order a $2,000 bond to be set with those conditions as stated by the state. Did you get that, Madam Clerk?
Yes, no contact, no return, no weapons.
Right.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Nicholas Bean. So I think this is the one. Hi, Mr. Bean. We'll get started in just a minute. So, Madam Clerk, you gave me this
Yes.
separate from that.
Yes, that's what Isola sent me is for.
Okay.
I think
So this was the arrest.
Mr. Bean got more than one case.
Okay. So,
Yes.
so this is, for- okay. So, sir, you're here on two charges. One, there was, I think there was, no, or maybe it was just, no, this is the case number for that. I beg your pardon. So there was an arrest warrant issued in case number 2023 MM414. Court doesn't need to find probable cause because there's arrest warrant. The court will appoint the public defender, and according to the terms of the arrest warrant, the court does have the authority to issue a bond. The court will do so in the amount of $500 with the special conditions of no contact with the victim, to include electronic communication or social media, and to not possess any weapons or firearms with victim notifications is what the court would be inclined to do. State?
Yes, Your Honor, that's agreeable to the state.
Works for you? Okay, defense?
No objection from defense.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Thank you, Mr. Bean.
I believe Mr. Bean has a second case.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right here.
Oh.
I think that's him. That's him.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Welcome back, Mr. Bean. Case, well, again, not a case number. Okay, so we have a new charge of drugs, possession of a controlled substance, specifically cocaine. The court will appoint the public defender. The court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause. The court is inclined to set a bond in the amount of $500. Hold on, does not, qualifies for PTR and a bond, so the court would be inclined to order that he could do the PTR and the bond in the amount of $500, with the condition of no drugs, which ostensibly should be what it is in the first place, but who am I to say? State, thoughts?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would be requesting no drugs and random urinalysis through PTR.
Defense, response?
No objection at this time, Your Honor.
Sounds good. We will order the random, Mr. Bean, random urinalysis, no drugs. Thank you.
So that was bond plus PTR.
Bond plus PTR, PP in the cup, or wherever they pee. Lori Beecher, did we mention something about Beecher?
Probable cause.
Oh, right, okay. I'm like this, see, I told you. Goldfish. All right. Give me a moment. Refresh my recollection, as it were.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, defense has a probable cause argument.
Well, hold on, Mr. Lopez. Let me review and then here, which is backwards, but I'd really rather look at it objectively.
It's supposed to be June. I'm gonna try and use my floating holiday. I know I did that, but how do you?
All right, defense?
Yes, Your Honor, defense would be arguing at this time that there's no probable cause as to the first count burglary of the
Use term
structure.
or
Also,
that.
this structure was found inside a vacated apartment. There's no information within the four corners.
Saying May, but it
Stating the crime therein that she's alleged to have committed, and trespass itself is not one of the crimes that could be committed in a burglary.
State response?
Yes, Your Honor, it's the state's position that based off the affidavit, there is probable cause. Lori Beecher, she is alleged to have caused a significant amount of damage to the door, and it can be presumed that there is a crime therein to be committed by her committing the burglary and breaking in such a manner.
Still May.
Response
Still May.
to that?
Yes, Your Honor, the response would be that the criminal mischief alleged occurred before any breaking or entering, so it could not be the crime therein because there was nothing that actually occurred inside of the apartment that occurred outside of the apartment.
So I'm going to find probable cause in the criminal mischief. I will allow the state 24 hours to supplement its charging affidavit if so inclined. The court then is inclined to have a $150 bond amount for the charge of criminal mischief of less than $200, greater than $1,000. Oh, her other charge was burglary of an unoccupied structure unarmed. The court notes that she qualifies for PTR with bond, so the court would order that. The court would also be inclined to prohibit her from returning to the premises. State, how's that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor, the 24 hours won't be necessary. If she's released on a bond with PTR, we can supplement that at a later time when we make a charging decision.
Thank you for sharing that. Defense, how's that work for you?
No objection, Your Honor, but defense would like information as to the burglary. Will there be a bond or would she be released on her own recognizance as to the burglary?
You know, thank you for asking. I didn't do a bond amount because I had assumed that you'd have to come back for the supplement, but I'll do an ROR on that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And can't remember if we discussed this, but you're appointed.
Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday. We found PC.
Pete, we found PC for the criminal mischief.
Count one.
Yes. Oh, no, that's actually count two,
Okay.
I think, if they're in order. Yeah,
And then count one, you did not find PC?
correct. But if I had, I guess it would be an ROR. And we're doing the no premises and PTR with bond.
With the criminal mischief, so we're not giving the state 24 hours. This day.
So he said they don't need it.
Okay.
They can always supplement since we're issuing a bond.
Okay, guys.
Does that work for you, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Lopez?
No objection.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck. Margaret Buckley, please.
Right.
So the court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause and will appoint the public defender. Defense, what are you looking for a bond amount if you got to wave a magic wand?
Your Honor, Ms. Buckley does qualify for direct PTR. Defense will be requesting direct PTR.
Okay, state?
No objection. We would just ask for a no return.
Very well, the court will order direct PTR and no return. I'm going to get better at looking at that, but the court appreciates defense's kind, gentle reminders, so thank you. Luis Furman Gonzalez, por favor.
We should have one, we should have two cases.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's okay. All right, so Mr. Luis Furman Gonzalez, you have two cases. The first of which is charged with drugs, possession of marijuana, 20 grams. Not sure what LT means.
Less than.
Oh, well, doesn't that make sense? Thank you. I'm like, LT, drug paraphernalia, possession or use, tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. The court will appoint the PD. The court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause. The court finds that as to all three of those charges, he qualifies for direct PTR. The court would be inclined to go with that, state?
No objection.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor. I believe he has another
Right.
allegation as well, and he qualifies for direct PTR as to that charge as well.
So, yeah, just listen.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one next because that's a separate case, but thank you. So any condition, state?
State would be requesting the use of no drugs as well as a random urinalysis through PTR.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
So the court will order no drugs and random urinalysis. Pay attention to that, Mr. Furman Gonzalez. You also have another case charged with fleeing and eluding a marked patrol vehicle. The court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause and will appoint the public defender. And it appears that in that case, wait a minute. Oh, you know what does it say it for all of them?
Is at the top.
Fleeing and eluding. All right, yeah, I got you. Yeah, you guys are just quicker than I am. So the court sees that respondent, listen to me. Defendant also qualifies for direct PTR. State, does that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, then we will order direct PTR. Thank you, Mr. Furman Gonzalez. Eric Fernandez, if you would be so kind. Hey, Mr. Fernandez. So you have been charged with committing domestic battery by strangulation. I have reviewed the affidavit. I found probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. We attempted contact with the victim, no answer. And would victims be present in your courtroom?
Here.
They'd be here?
They would be over there, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I don't see a victim, so I won't hear from them. I see that. You're not here. No. Thank you. Thank you for paying attention. State? Oh, wait, hold on. The court would be inclined to have a bond set at $1,000 with no return to the location, no weapons, no guns, knives, or weapons, no contact with the victim, and separate residences. State?
That's agreeable to the state.
Thank you. Defense?
No objection, Your Honor. Defense will be requesting a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings.
Absolutely. Good ask. Sorry, I should have perhaps offered that. All right. Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Okay, so if I have this, but not this.
No, the next person is a VOP. That one should be coming up after this person here. You'll have an affidavit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for telling me that. Jose Gonzalez, please. Mr. Gonzalez, we're here in case number 2021 CF3119. And you're here for a violation of probation. The court.
VOP, just let us stay at 9 and he'll see the,
I'm sorry?
on VOPs, well, I guess the state can explain.
Yeah, state, if you would be so kind. And if you don't want to pop up and down, you don't have to.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor, it appears that Mr. Gonzalez is here on an out-of-county warrant for violation of probation. The bond was set at none. We'd asked that it stay at none until he appears before the trial judge assigned.
Where's, how could I tell that it was out of county?
Wait.
I said, oh, if it's any other county, we would have it at the top,
Yeah,
but if it just VOP, see they have a case number, that's Osceola.
yeah. But that was, so much.
Wait, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I saw that it said he must be picked up before deadline or he'd be released. Defense, do you know?
I have no other information other than the VOP affidavit.
Oh, wait. Hold on, there's something about Brevard County. Oh, Brevard County. Hold on, maybe there's a Brevard. Hold on. No?
No, he just have a VO violation of probation, you would let it stay at 9 and he'll go in front of the judge and they'll do it from there.
Okay. State any objections to him, because he got the violation of probation, he'll go in front of the judge?
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense? Okay, so that will be the case, although I'm reading the.
You have a couple of them that has another county, and I'll show you what that was.
Okay, yeah, but this guy, this is what I'm looking at. It says not picked up prior to that, so be released for court order. Then it's Brevard. So is that where he was picked up?
I don't know about all of their little.
Okay, well, they'll.
Needed that, but all I know is the Osceola case number.
Yeah.
Here, that's his Osceola case number,
Yeah.
he on probation.
Okay.
And you'd just said it at 9.
All right, well, if there's a Brevard thing, Brevard will address that appropriately. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. And then we have a Boris Gonzalez. Is that a, well, that? Oh, no, wait, so I still have a Erica Herrera. So
Boris.
I've got him next, but I don't know, did she perhaps bond out?
No, oh, I'm sorry, she probably, she's Spanish, so set her aside.
Oh, she's not, okay, thank you. Oh, she's not one on that
Yeah,
list,
she's
okay.
at the bottom.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, thank you for your patience as I'm shuffling paperwork here. So, Mr. Gonzalez, you have been charged with a DUI under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And the court, having reviewed the those are your charges, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will appoint the public defender. And the court finds that Mr. Gonzalez qualifies for direct PTR and would be inclined to do that. State?
Yes, Your Honor. No objection. We would just ask for the condition of no alcohol and random testing for alcohol.
Defense, any problems with that?
No objection, Your Honor.
So the court will allow Mr. Gonzalez to be released PTR with the conditions of no alcohol and random alcohol testing. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez, through the PTR program. Thank you. Mr. Luis Hernandez. Hey, Mr. Hernandez. So the court, you've been charged with DUI with the blood alcohol level of 0.08 or more per 210L. The court has reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will appoint the public defender. The court would be inclined to set the bond at $500 with the condition of, hold on a second. Oh, good job, Mr. Hernandez. Actually, I don't have to set a bond. You qualify for direct PTR with the condition of no alcohol and random alcohol testing. State thoughts?
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe Mr. Hernandez has another case.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got alcohol and marijuana. So, first off, let me do this first one first. You good with those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Lopez?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, as it relates to the second case, marijuana possession with intent to sell, manufacturing or dealing? Is that what that might mean? All right, listen to me. Also qualifies for direct PTR. Should state a condition be actually no alcohol or drugs with random testing for both?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
And that will be the case. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. No drinking or drugs.
And he's straight PTR on that case? as well?
Yes. Brian Ibarra.
Your Honor, defense would be waiving his appearance at this time.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Ibarra was charged with trespass onto a construction site. Court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will appoint the public defender. So he does not qualify for PTR. He's out on an ROR on an Orange County case. Defense, what would you want for a bond? Not that you get to decide, but I'm looking for input.
Your Honor, defense will be requesting a reasonable bond. It is a simple trespass. It just happens to be at a construction site.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, state concurs. We just asked for no return.
No return, and how about $150?
Sounds good.
Okay. Hearing no objection from defense and seeing a smile on his face, the bond will be $150.
So the Casey Adams on the RR, you taking no action?
Taking no action.
What case some of that was?
2023 MM2095. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, so this must be, no, this is not right, Macias. Is Macias an interpreter case?
No.
No.
Did you give it to me? No? Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, I didn't. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Ivanel Macias?
Yes.
How do I say your first name?
Evanel.
Ivanel. Okay, thank you. Not that I'm going to call you by it, but I'm just curious. Mr. Macias, you have been charged with possession of cocaine and possession and or use of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. You do not qualify for a pretrial release. Under count one, the court would be inclined to set a bond of $500 and an ROR on count two. State thoughts?
No objection.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Then that will be the case for those bond amounts for those counts. I think that's it for him. Shelly Muniz? Shelly Muniz?
You should have one.
One, two cases. Awesome, thank you.
VOP and then a new charge.
Okay. All right. So there is an arrest warrant out in case number 2022 CF3553. Defense, I can't tell, or maybe state, either of y'all, I know it's a violation of probation. There was nothing in the warrant regarding a bond. Is this an instance, state, where we would be holding her for, sorry to be talking about you in the third person, ma'am. We'd be holding her for her to see the case judge for that, a warrant?
Yes, Your Honor, it appears that
Violation of parole, sorry.
I have 2 active felony warrants for this subject. For the grand theft and VOP, bond none. And then for the second case, 23 CF 1195, the bonds are set at $5,400 total. So the state would request that for her VOP on the warrant, we would ask the bond stay at none, and for the second case, the bonds be stayed at 5,400.
So, counsel, I was just addressing the arrest warrant first.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay.
All there, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So, no bond.
That's the request.
Check. Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
That's your understanding? Okay. Then as it relates to the new charges of petty theft, first degree, more than 100 but less than 750, and fraud, use of credit card, 2 fewer times, 6 money lending, and possession, receiving, retaining stolen credit, debit card. The court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will appoint the public defender. The court would be inclined for count 1 to ROR, count 2 ROR, count 3 $2,000. State?
No objection from the state.
Defense?
No objection from defense, Your Honor.
So it shall be. Thank you, Ms. Munez. Here's your other Munez. Okay. So, Jose Navarro, please. So, Mr. Navarro, it appears that you were picked up for an active warrant out of Miami-Dade. And so we will have Miami-Dade will have 72 hours to come pick you up and be heard in front of that court, is my understanding. Is that your understanding, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, anything you want to say?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, that original charge was attempted homicide. I don't know if I need to say that, but I figured better say it than not say it. Thank you, Mr. Navarro. Robert Paget, please. Or Padgett.
You can have 6.
Oh, he's the sick.
He got
Oh,
one.
yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got, yeah. Oh, look what I did.
Yes.
Look what I did.
Ms. Orange VOP.
I'm sorry?
She have 1 new charge and 5 on VOPs.
Okay, okay.
Another county.
Is this the new charge? Wait, these are, the VOPs are the new charges?
Yeah, it's on the, yes. The new charge is driver one license suspended.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to deal with, again, in my keeping of, we're going to deal with the new charge separate from the other charges. So, Mr. Paget, you have been charged with driving with the license suspended. Second subsequent offense. And the court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will appoint the public defender. The court would be inclined to make the bond $250. State?
Yes, Your Honor. It is his second subsequent offense, and he's a violent felony offender of special concern, but we'll leave it at the court's discretion, especially since he has the on-view violations as well.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
So we'll keep it at the 250. Now, dealing with the charges, it appears, the Hamilton County on-view violations of probations have different case numbers, so I'm just going to read them all into the record. 1500, let me start over. I don't know how many zeros that was. 1500079, 1500077, 1500074, 1500089, 1500088. So the Hamilton County, it's the court's understanding, Hamilton County would have 72 hours to come pick up Mr. Paget to address those violations in Hamilton County. State, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, defense, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor. I believe it's if he posts the bond on the underlying offense, then they would have 72 hours from that moment to pick him up.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you for the education. All right.
It's not counted against nowadays.
Oh, right, Mr. Paget, that does not include weekends or holidays, so don't start your 72-hour clock ticking now. All right, thank you.
And all those bonds remain to none?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, and those bonds remain, no, excellent point, thank you. Okay, here's a, Dionisio Perez. Sir, you're here on a violation of probation for a case number 2009 CF4544, a home invasion robbery with a firearm and deadly weapon. The court believes, what county is that?
Osceola.
That's Osceola County. The court believes that there be no bond in that defense. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Assuming state's not going to have a problem with that.
No, Your Honor.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Perez. Oh, wait, hold on.
No, that's it.
Nope, that's it. Another Perez. Thank you. Thank you, though, for coming back. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, is there a court date, a pending court date for Mr. Perez?
We don't know the answer to that question.
Osceola.
That's an Osceola question. Maybe somebody there knows.
Yeah.
Y'all got anybody there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
So what was that one they had to make it so loud?
huh?
It was that box
Osceola.
screen over there, because since you turned it down, it don't make so much noise.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good to know.
So just, carry on the next.
Oh, hold on. Mr. Lopez, did you get your question answered? You good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That was Dionisio Perez. Jose Perez, please. Hey, Mr. Perez.
Good morning.
Thank you for your patience. This is what happens when you're later in the alphabet. So we're here on a violation of probation, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The court assumes there would be no parole or no bond in that. Is that your understanding, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, and that is an Osceola case. So you might want to ask that same question of whomever you asked that for. Oh, by the way, 2021 CF3319 is the case. But if you want to talk to your person to figure out a court date. Oh, and I don't know, do I appoint you or are you already appointed?
If we can get a provisional appointment, Your Honor, but he did complete a public defender application.
Gotcha, okay, provisionally. Yeah, Mr. Lopez needs a minute. You good, Mr. Lopez?
Yes, ma'am.
You give me a look?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Chico Pierre, please. Hey, Mr. Pierre.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So you're here today with the charge of battery to touching or striking. The court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will appoint the public defender. The court would be inclined to, by the way, Mr. Pierre does not qualify for PTR. The court would be inclined to set a $500 bond with the conditions of no return to the scene, no guns, knives, weapons, no contact with the victim. I don't think they were living together, right, Mr. Pierre? Were you?
House.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that at all. Mr. Lopez, can you?
I was at her mom's house.
Okay, so no need to return to, or no need for the petition to return to retrieve belongings. I don't think. Does that sound right, Mr. Lopez?
If we can get a one-time return with law enforcement, Your Honor, there may be some personal belongings at that residence.
State, any objection to that?
No objection to that.
All right, we'll do it. One time, get your stuff. Any questions, Madam Clerk, about those conditions? No. Okay, thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, what was the bond on that case again?
500.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. If we could have Miss Gladys Ramos Rivera.
She is a victim, Your Honor.
Oh, Oh, that's that gentleman. Come on in. Thank you for that. So, sir, I'm going to hear from you near the end, okay? So you just stand tight. All right. So, Ms. Ramos Rivera, you have been charged with battery, and I have reviewed the affidavit and found probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. Sir, what's your name and what's your relation to the defendant?
My name is Juan Hernandez, and I am the father of our children.
You're the father of the children, okay. And the purported victim here. So I would be, were you all living together, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, so I would be inclined to say that she can't return to the residence and you two cannot have any contact. But I'd love to hear from you, or I don't know, State, do you inquire first?
State can inquire briefly.
Thanks.
Mr. Hernandez, are you wishing to have contact with Gladys Ramos Rivera?
Absolutely. It's just was a huge misunderstanding.
I can't hear you at all.
I said absolutely. I just, for the record, I don't want to even continue with any charges or anything. It was just a huge misunderstanding that got too far.
The state will note that. Just quickly, are you in fear if she returns to the?
Absolutely not.
You feel safe?
Yes.
No further questions from state.
Defense, any questions?
No follow-up questioning, Your Honor.
So the court will be inclined to allow Ms. Ramos Rivera to return with no hostile contact, either physically or verbally, in writing, anything like that. And the court would be inclined to, well, defense, what would you wish for a bond?
Your Honor, defense would be requesting a reasonable bond, given that the alleged victim is not afraid. I believe a $100 bond would be reasonable.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. PTR, does she have any history?
Oh, PTR. Oh, PTR with bond.
She has no history,
Given the statements of the victim today and the wish for him not to proceed, the state has no objection to a very minimal bond. ROR, maybe? Yeah.
I'm sorry, defense, what was your request?
Your Honor, defense was just requesting a reasonable bond, $100, but defense has no objection with the state's recommendation for an ROR.
Okay, the court will order ROR and no hostile contact. So, Ms. Ramos Rivera, you guys have children?
Yes.
Did they witness this?
They hear it.
So, here's the thing. You have two lawyers and the father of your children here trying to help you out of this situation. And I'd say two lawyers and a judge, because I'm not ordering any bond in this case. And what that means to you is you're getting hopefully a second chance, hopefully not a third or a fourth or a fifth. I don't want to see you back here. While there are mistakes and confusion and everything, that doesn't mean that there should ever be violence. And when you become a parent, you have to set aside any immaturity or any hot feelings that make you feel you have to engage in inappropriate activities. And I really hope that you learn from this moment and you thank your lawyer and candidly the state and this judge for allowing this to happen as it is. That will conclude this. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Alexander Rivera Nader. Court, please. Any objection to that, State?
No, Your Honor.
Do we get to know why?
Your Honor, I believe he's going through withdrawals right now. If we can have a 24-hour reset.
That's fair. And you're always welcome to say no if I'm not entitled to know that information. But we'll look forward to seeing Mr. Rivera Nader tomorrow. Tanya Ruby, please.
Your Honor, defense will be waiving her appearance at this time.
Okay. So the court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause and will appoint the public defender. Ms. Ruby was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery, simple touch or strike. State, I'm confused because there's a bond amount set in the amount of $1,500, and I thought aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is different than with a firearm, and therefore that's the reason why there's a bond amount?
I believe that's the case, Your Honor.
Okay. So defendant does not qualify for PTR. The court would be inclined to set the bond for count one in the amount of $1,000 and ROR on count two. State?
State has no objection.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
And is this, do we need to have conditions? Like no contact with the victim, no guns, knives, or weapons?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Then it shall be so. Wait a minute.
This one is out of county.
Oh, jeez. Hold on just a second. I'm not going to do anything. Just a second. Hello, this is Judge Lee. Good, I'm in the middle of court. What can I do for you? Is it, okay. Hold on, let me see if it's actually in the queue. If you don't mind sitting tight with me for a minute, Wendy. Okay. Awesome. I've heard tale of some of my brethren who have been told that there's something in the queue and that there actually wasn't. Yeah. I will not fall for that. Well, actually, I probably will. Okay. Okay, there is. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, if you all will just give me a minute. I'm not going to go off the record. I'm going to address this emergency warrant. If I were more skilled with technology, maybe I'd go off the record, but I don't want to hang up on Mr. Lopez.
Oh, no, you can just mute it. No?
Well, then we're all in this together.
Okay.
Is this what billable hours look like? I'll just be quiet.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
We gotta get that done. The guy got arrested 2 days ago. I will not die on this hill right now because I am.
These are all the ones we have left.
Today's the 6th. May.
Oh, and these.
You know, you got an emergency warrant. You think you can at least put the date in there. thank you for your patience. So we said this was a
VOP.
VOP, okay.
Out of county warrant.
Rachel Gonzalez Diaz? Rachel? Hi there, Ms. Gonzalez Diaz. Thank you for your patience. We are here on an out-of-county warrant, that sounded very weird. Court case number 482022CF 003160, failure to appear for a possession of cocaine. Oh, Orange County. Well, Orange County has,
She got a bond amount.
she what?
She got a bond amount on it.
She got what?
She have a bond.
A bond, excuse me, there's a $2,000 bond amount. The court would be inclined to keep that. State?
State has no objection.
Defense?
No objection.
Okay, very well, thank you. Thank you, oh my gosh, you're so good at this. And I'm assuming this Tony Harden also, out-of-county warrant?
Yeah, Volusia.
Oh, Volusia.
Yeah.
There's, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Tony Harden, please. We got two. Are they both Volusia?
No.
No,
One
one's.
is Volusia and the other is Norris.
No, okay. All right, so Mr. Harden, we're going to deal with your out-of-county warrant first. Court case number, interesting, 2023-241645. This is an out-of-county arrest for Volusia County. There is for 3 charges. Charge 1, burglary of an unoccupied dwelling with a bond of $25,000. Count 2, grand theft, bond $25,000. Count 3, dealing in stolen property, bond $75,000. The court would be inclined to keep those bond amounts. I don't even know if I can change them because it's a different county. State?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that they remain as.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so that will be the case. Now, as it relates to the new charge, grand theft auto, the court's reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause, will include the public defender, or, well, will retain the public defender. The court would be inclined to set a bond amount in the amount of $1,000. State?
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Harden.
Judge, on his Volusia County case, all 3 counts are set at $25,000, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
For a total of 75.
Okay.
And this is okay.
You got,
Reset.
oh yeah, but you see his name? Deacon.
Dylan Olaf
Dylan,
Sunday.
yeah. You have anything for him?
What? I
Do
don't,
you have any,
I don't, do we just have that's a different Harden.
no, we did Tony. You did
What,
Tony.
do we have a thing?
Yeah, for his new case, new charge, you should have had it.
No, it doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good.
So I don't have a,
She put down there?
no.
It was reset, so.
Yeah, oh, probably from a prior one. While you guys are talking, I'm not interrupting you, Mr. Lopez. PTRO, do you have information about PTR for Dylan Olaf Sunday? We don't have a sheet for him.
Oh, he's still in the hospital, ma'am.
He's still in the hospital, so,
That was a mistake. That was me sending it to you.
well, let me even reset. That's okay. So, so do we just reset this for tomorrow then?
No, reset until available.
4 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Reset until he is available, meaning when he gets transported back to the jail.
Okay, so then state, is that then incumbent upon you to set that or to fit, like who lets the world know when he should be put on?
I believe corrections.
Right, we just,
Okay.
okay, we said within 24 hours. release.
It is us, Your Honor. It was a mistake.
Okay, oh.
They didn't delete it from the list.
Oh, yeah, no, don't apologize for that. I'm just curious to know who's in charge of letting us know, and it sounds like that will be corrections. So thank you, no worries. So Erica Ferrer was our, Ferrera, no, what?
She's Spanish.
Okay, Erica Ferrer is Spanish. Oscar Silva Villalon. Looks like three cases. He's Spanish?
So the next 3 cases are Spanish.
Well, I only have 2.
Let's see, you should have Erica.
Yeah.
Gomez.
We have what?
He's an FTA, so you shouldn't have one for him.
So should or should I have?
You should not have one for,
Who?
what is that, how you say that?
Yeah, I don't have any, so I don't have anything for him, is what you're saying.
Right, you wouldn't have a face sheet. This is not.
Well, I don't even have a thing
Let me see.
for
What
Oscar.
you got?
Oh,
What
wait,
you got
maybe I
over
do. No, I do.
Okay. So
Yeah,
one of them got
I'm
2 cases, and
Yeah.
then one, yeah.
Yeah, I put them as 3. Okay,
Let me do it first.
so all 3 of these are Spanish?
All 3 is
Okay, Gustavo Romero Sanchez, please.
So we're gonna have
He's,
to
we
call-
don't have.
We'll have to call the interpreter on the little box. So we're gonna add,
Call,
it should say Orlando interpreter, not the one that say I feel interpreter.
Orange Interpreter
Yes.
Dahlia?
Yes, well, I don't know if it's gonna be Dahlia, but let's call it.
That's what it's called.
The interpreter and, let's see, yep, screen split.
All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Lopez. I hung up on you while I was trying to get the interpreter on. Who has been sworn in? It's Ricardo Morales, if you're curious. And we have Gustavo Romero Sanchez, is that correct? Uh-oh. Wait, why can't I hear you? Mr. Lopez?
Your Honor, we can hear you, we cannot hear the interpreter.
Oh, he hasn't said anything yet. And I hung up on you. That's why. So, and that's, is that Mr. Romero Sanchez with you?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Mr. Interpreter, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear now.
Woo. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so we are here on failure to obey written promise. No, it's a failure to appear, right? Okay. Failure to appear.
Nos encontramos aquí el día de hoy por incomparecencia.
The court will appoint the public defender.
El tribunal designará al defensor público.
I believe, defense, is this your understanding that there is a $2,000 bond?
Me parece, defensa, usted tiene por entendido que hay una fianza fijada en $2,000.
That is correct, Your Honor. The judge who signed the failure to appear warrant did issue a bond of $2,000.
Okay.
Es correcto, señoría. El juez quien firmó la orden fijó la fianza en $2,000.
State any objection to me keeping that $2,000?
No, Your Honor.
¿Alguna objeción, fiscalía, con que mantenga la fianza tal como está? No, señoría.
So the court will do so.
Así lo ordena el tribunal.
Thank you. And
Muchas
Mr.
gracias.
Interpreter, we have 2 more cases. Wait, that was the only one for him. Okay, Oscar Silva Villalon. Mr. Interpreter, we have 2 other defendants.
Yes, Your Honor. Can the interpreter ask for Mr. Sanchez's case number?
Well, it's 23 CT 859.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
There is a case? Okay, thank you. All right, so Oscar Silva Villalon.
Oscar Silva Villalon.
Sir, you have 2 cases. The first has a charge of possession of cocaine and possession and use of drug paraphernalia. And the second is operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Usted enfrenta 2 acusaciones el día de hoy. Una por posesión de cocaína y utilizar adminículos para la droga. Y la segunda acusación es manejar vehículo de motor sin tener licencia de conducir válida.
The court, having reviewed the affidavit, finds probable cause and will appoint the public defender.
Habiendo el tribunal revisado el affidavit, determinamos que hay suficiente indicio de criminalidad y designaremos a la Oficina de Defensores Públicos.
The court would be inclined to set a bond at the amount of $1,500 for, $1,000 for the possession of cocaine, ROR on second charge, and in the second case, set a $500 bond amount. State, oh.
Your Honor, Your Honor, can you repeat the last amount for the bond, Your Honor?
$500 for the one count in the second case.
Bien, en la primera acusación se fija la fianza en $1,000 y por la acusación de adminículos se dará una libertad bajo reconocimiento y por la segunda acusación se fija la fianza en $500.
And respondent does not qualify for PTR.
Y el respondiente no cualifica para libertad provisional.
State, is that good for you?
That's acceptable. Thank you, Your Honor.
Fiscalía, ¿eso es aceptable para usted? Sí, señoría.
Defense?
Defensa, no tenemos objeción, señoría.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Silva Villalon.
And those we don't have case numbers.
Right, oh yeah, and reminder, Mr. Interpreter, we don't have case numbers for those.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Erica Ferreira. Ferreira. So, Ms. Ferreira, you have been charged with battery, a simple touch, or a strike. The court has reviewed the affidavit, find probable cause, and will appoint the public defender.
Bien, Ms. Ferreira, usted se le acusa de agresión física, toque simple o golpe. Habiendo revisado el affidavit, determinamos que hay suficiente indicio de criminalidad y designaremos a la Oficina de Defensores Públicos.
The court would be inclined to order a $500 bond amount.
El tribunal está inclinado en ordenar que se pague la fianza de $500.
The victim is not present.
La víctima no se encuentra presente.
State, does that bond amount work for you, and what conditions do you have?
No objection for the.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Fiscalía, ¿esta fianza está bien con usted y qué otras condiciones especiales piensan imponer?
No objection to the bond amount. State would be requesting no contact. It seems appropriate for all parties involved.
No tenemos objeción en cuanto a la fianza fijada. Ordenaríamos además que no hayan contacto entre las partes involucradas, ya que esto funciona en su mejor interés.
Would that also include no return to the scene and no guns, knives, or weapons?
Yes, Your Honor.
Esto también incluye no regresar a la escena y no poseer armas ni armas de fuego.
Sí. Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
And defense, how's that work for you?
Defensa, ¿está bien con ustedes?
Your Honor, defense would be requesting no hostile contact. The alleged victim is Ms. Ferreira's son, and they do reside together. After speaking with Ms. Ferreira, she is head of household, and she's the one that pays the bills.
My apologies, counsel. Can you repeat after you said that they live together?
Yes, she's the head of household, and she's the individual that pays the bills and maintains the household.
La defensa pide al tribunal que haya una orden de contacto no hostil. La víctima en este caso es el hijo de la señora Ferreira. Ellos viven juntos en la misma casa y ella es la persona quien paga las cosas del hogar y la persona que mantiene el hogar.
State.
Fiscalía.
Yes, Your Honor. State has no objection to no hostile contact in this instance with no weapons or firearms.
Sí, su señoría, la Fiscalía no tiene objeción en cuanto a que se conceda la orden de contacto no hostil y siempre y cuando medie la orden de no armas ni armas de fuego.
Ms. Ferreira, it is your lucky day.
Señora Ferreira, es su día de suerte.
Because I will order with the $500 bond amount that there be no hostile contact and no guns, knives, or weapons.
Porque acabo de ordenar que junto con la fianza de $500 se le dé a usted una orden de contacto no hostil y que no posean ni armas de fuego, ni cuchillas.
I don't know what happened there, but it better not happen again, because if you're back here, you will not have the same option.
No sé qué pasó ahí, pero yo espero que no regrese de nuevo, porque entonces las opciones no serán las mismas.
State, are you okay if I change the bond amount to 200?
No objection.
Fiscalía, ¿tiene usted algún problema con que cambie la fianza de $500 a $200? No tenemos objeción, señoría.
So I think that, thank you, ma'am. I think that concludes our ASIO. And thank you, Mr. Interpreter. Hold on, I think we're done with you. Are we done with him? All right. We took the Osceola cases before the orange. I haven't had a chance to prepare those, so we'll be calling you back.
Certainly, Your Honor. I'll be here.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. So you're free to go. State, do you need anything else here in Osceola?
Not in Osceola, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, anything else I can do for you?